Let's be honest. How many times have you said just one more video, and suddenly it's 2 hours later? You went from a cooking hack to a cat playing piano to someone crying about their breakup, and somehow it all felt necessary. The average adult now spends over 2.5 hours a day on social media. And short-form videos, TikTok, Reels, Shorts, they're designed to make those hours disappear. A Pew Research study found that nearly 80% of young adults lose track of time while scrolling. 80%. But here's the twist. Your addiction to short videos isn't about laziness or lack of discipline. It's not even boredom. It's something much deeper, something designed to keep you hooked. Let's uncover what's really happening behind that swipe. Okay, picture this. You open TikTok just for 5 minutes. You blink, and suddenly you're watching a man in Japan making the fluffiest pancakes ever, then a couple dancing, then a dog that somehow knows how to skateboard. You look up, and 45 minutes have vanished. You lock your phone, sigh, and whisper, "What am I doing with my life?" Then you unlock it again. We've all been there. And here's the thing, your brain isn't weak. It's not your fault, it's being played like an instrument. Let's talk about the science. Every time you watch a short clip, your brain releases a tiny burst of dopamine, the feel-good chemical. Dr. Anna Lembke, author of Dopamine Nation, explains that dopamine spikes not just when we feel pleasure, but when we anticipate it. So each swipe is a gamble. You don't know what's next. And that uncertainty is the hook. Neuroscientists call this the variable reward system. The same mechanism that drives slot machines drives your feed. You might not get something exciting every time, but maybe the next one will hit. That maybe keeps you going. It's not just entertainment. It's engineered suspense. Here's the clever part. When you swipe, you feel in control. You think, "I'm choosing what to see." But the algorithm already knows what will keep you there. A 2022 University of Hamburg study found that TikTok's algorithm can learn your emotional triggers within 90 minutes. 90. After that, it feeds you content not for joy, but for retention. That's why when you're sad, you see heartbreak videos. When you're restless, you get high-energy content. Your emotions are data. So when you say, "It's just for fun," remember, so is a slot machine. And it's not you playing the game, it's you being played. Let's break down the habit loop. Step 1, boredom or stress. You're waiting for your coffee or you're feeling drained after work, you grab your phone. Step 2, dopamine hit. A funny clip, a relatable post, instant relief. Step 3, repetition. Your brain starts linking boredom to scrolling. Soon, you don't scroll because you're bored. You scroll because your brain expects that dopamine. Psychologists call this the cue-reward loop, and over time, it rewires your brain to crave constant stimulation. You start to feel anxious in silence, restless without your phone. Even a 2-minute wait feels unbearable. That's when it's not just a habit anymore. It's a dependency. Now let's talk about what this does to us. We've already seen the obvious, shorter attention spans. A study by Microsoft found the average human attention span dropped from 12 seconds in 2000 to 8 seconds today. It's shorter than a goldfish. No offense to goldfish, but it goes deeper. First, cognitive overload. When you consume hundreds of short videos in a single sitting, your brain doesn't have time to process or store the information properly. So it stays shallow, wide, but not deep. You start remembering impressions, not ideas, quotes, not meanings. That's why you can recall a meme perfectly, but can't remember that important task from this morning. Second, emotional drain. Every scroll is an emotional switch. Laughter, sadness, anger, empathy, all in seconds. Your nervous system can't keep up. You're laughing at a joke. Next swipe, someone's crying about trauma. Your emotions yo-yo so fast that your body starts feeling fatigued. That's why after an hour of relaxing online, you actually feel restless. Third, reward desensitization. Dr. Lemke explains that constant dopamine hits cause your baseline pleasure level to drop. Ordinary life starts feeling dull. Reading a book, too slow. Dinner with friends, too quiet. Work? Forget it. Your brain starts demanding more stimulation to feel the same amount of pleasure, and life outside the phone starts feeling flat. That's how we become addicted, not just to content, but to intensity. Fourth, identity erosion. When you constantly consume others' ideas, aesthetics, and opinions, you slowly lose your own. You start talking like influencers, dressing like trends, thinking in content. You stop asking, what do I think? And start asking, what would do well? You stop living your life and start curating it. Let's make this concrete. You're at dinner with friends. Someone cracks a joke. Instead of laughing, your mind thinks, that'd make a great TikTok sound. Or maybe you're walking in nature, beautiful moment. But you can't resist recording it, editing it, captioning it, and suddenly the moment's gone. We've learned to experience life through the lens of documentation, not presence. Even emotions have become performances. Grief, joy, anger, all edited for engagement. And that's the quiet tragedy of this addiction. We've traded connection for consumption. Our brains evolved for survival. Slow, steady patterns of reward, hunting, gathering, waiting. Short-form content hijacks that system. It gives you the illusion of effort and reward instantly. That's why even after hours of scrolling, your brain still feels hungry. It's like eating candy, sweet, but no nourishment. Dr. Cal Newport, author of Digital Minimalism, says, the problem isn't distraction itself. It's that distraction becomes our default mode of living. And the longer we live in that mode, the harder it becomes to experience silence without anxiety. When our attention gets fragmented, so do our relationships. Have you ever tried having a deep talk with someone and halfway through they check their phone and say, sorry, I just need a reply real quick? That tiny interruption tells your brain, this moment isn't enough. And we do it to others and to ourselves all the time. We've normalized half attention, half listening, half living. That's not connection. That's coexisting in distraction. The Journal of Experimental Psychology found that even having a phone visible on the table, not even using it, reduces empathy and depth in conversation. So if you've felt relationships feeling more distant lately, this might be part of why. We think we're connecting more than ever, but we're actually connecting thinner. Let's talk solutions, not extremes, just balance. First, the pause practice. Before you open TikTok, ask, what am I hoping to get from this? If it's relief or escape, give yourself that directly. Try a walk, a stretch, a cup of water, something physical, not digital. Second, schedule dopamine. Set specific times to scroll, like entertainment windows. Not all day, but intentionally. Just like you wouldn't snack all day, don't snack on content all day either. Third, a digital Sabbath. Once a week, go screen-free for a few hours. No guilt, no pressure, just detox. At first, it'll feel uncomfortable. That's your brain recalibrating. Fourth, replace consumption with creation. Make something, write, cook, draw, sing. Even if it's small, it rewires your brain toward active engagement instead of passive absorption. Fifth, protect your mornings. The first hour of your day sets your mental tone. If you feed it chaos, it craves chaos all day. No scrolling until after breakfast. Watch how your focus changes. I'm curious, what's your biggest scroll trap? For me, it's those tiny kitchen gadgets I'll never buy. Tell me yours in the comments. We've all got one. Here's the truth. Short-form content isn't evil. It's brilliant. Dangerously brilliant. It gives us laughter, learning, connection, all in seconds. But when brilliance meets addiction, awareness becomes our only protection. The goal isn't to quit scrolling, it's to stop being scrolled by it. So next time you reach for your phone, ask yourself, is this feeding me or just filling me? Because your attention is the most valuable thing you own. And every swipe is a choice of where to spend it. If this spoke to you, subscribe to Bahav LAB. We explore human behavior, why we act the way we do, and how to live with more presence in a distracted world. Because understanding your mind is the first step to mastering it.